Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 5th of March 1962, which is about 5 months on from the end of the last part. And in that last part, the focus was very much on trying to get our rail connections finished out to here. You can see our farm is currently being maintained, which is not exactly all that helpful. Let me just check it. Yeah, we're nearly there. And of course, we're also working on this area out here. In this part, what I want to do is shift the focus towards our new town up there, which is just above Ollerton. But before that, I just want to do a couple of things so that we can get the ball rolling over here. Because we've got our distribution office here. And the first thing we want to do is set you up, pick up crops from there, and deliver them to there. We'll set this to keep this at, say, 80%. The idea is that so that we actually empty this silo. Now, the second thing I want to do is we're gonna try and save a little bit of fuel and wear and tear by bringing down the flows into here. We're going to set, I don't think we want you at 80%, but set you at 60% to begin with. How many tons of clothes you got in here? 58 tons. That is pretty good, because what I'm thinking of doing is sending the clothes to this area by truck temporarily, or probably permanently, because what I want to do is kind of shut down this station temporarily while we actually electrify this line here. But I need to do it very carefully, because it's otherwise we could have a few problems. So that's something else we need to work on. Now, the other thing I want to do is, I noticed something here which was not here. It's not that one. That's going to be the distribution office that we're going to use. Which one? Yeah, I want to remove you, reduce you, and then what I want to do is these guys. I think you're currently picking clothes up from the clothing factory. I don't want that. What I want to do is you to literally pick up the clothes from the other side there. So the idea is going to be is that these are literally adjacent to each other. So these will be able to move the clothes from there. Eventually, what we'll also do is bring in food into here as well. Now, the reason I'm doing this is that when you play in realistic mode, vehicle maintenance is a big issue. So my personal strategy is to try and push as much onto railway and find alternative means of transport, especially when moving workers, that does not involve buses and trucks, because the less vehicles you've got to maintain, the less problems you're going to have. So if we come up to here now, to give you a bit of an update of where we are. Now, since the end of the last part, I've built this area here. This is the coal mining area that I was talking about in the last part. And what I did is I went ahead and put it together, because I think this is about the third, or is it the fourth time we've done this. Just for anyone who's not sure, we've got a coal mine out here, which we are going to bring online. We've got another coal mine here. And then I've got 4 coal processing plants scattered around here, feeding into this single aggregate store. And then we've got a rail pickup point here. So the dilemma now is going to be how to get a line out here. Now, originally this was meant to be a spur, but the more I think about it is we've got oil up here. We've got iron in this valley here, iron ore. So what I've started to think is that this is, especially now that I've moved the town, is that this could be a main line going to this part of the map, because we got, if we push up there, we'll say we've got lots of oil up here as well. There's also a right up here. I think this is another rail connection which we could possibly use, assuming that we can get across this strait. We've also got this town here, so we've got potential for another town here. So that's the cause now for putting together a main line. And for that end, well, it's all fading now, is I started doing a lot of leveling through here to try and tidy the map up. I also brought a demolition crew out and removed this road here for reasons which will become apparent. Unfortunately, I made a bit of a mess up because I thought that there was a full road connection here. So I've put in a mud road here, because what I want is the demolition crew out here, basically tidying these roads up. Eventually we'll remove these roads and this road, mainly from the perspective of neatness, so it's not exactly as though it's going to be a bit of a problem. So what we've got is a rail line, let's get rid of that for the moment, coming in here, and we've got to get the railway over to here and out there. And I was thinking about it, that I could just run the rail line through here, but I thought I'd want to do something a little bit different, mainly as an experiment, because I was watching Bill Joe's video he published, I think it was a couple of days ago, when he was talking about tunnels. And I thought that what he was talking about was very interesting. And it kind of gave me a bit of an idea, but especially based on the fact that I kind of got a few of my own ideas with respect to tunnels. So we're going to put it together. Now, the first tip I will say is, if you're going to build tunnels, save the game. Especially when you're going to be doing tunnels in sections. This is what we're going to be doing. So what we're going to do is, no, not there, just go to contour. Now, you can see here I've created a cliff face here and a cliff face here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here, and I'm going to pick up the rail tunnel, because of course it's going to be a rail tunnel. You have to go underground. Now what you'll find is, if you do that, believe it or not, that tunnel is literally an up gradient. But if you press Q and do something like that, now most new players do is think they have to drag all the way to the other side, but truthfully you don't. So if I start on this side, again, we're just going to push down, and I'm going to come there. Now, if you drag a tunnel all the way through, you won't be able to put signals, and this is what Bill Joe was talking about, that you can't actually put signals between when you're actually in a tunnel. But what you can do is, if I accept that and put it there. Now what we're going for is there. Now if we're going to go what you'll find now is I've built this tunnel here like that. We've got a length of track coming into here, we've got a section here, we've got a signal here, and then another signal here. And the idea is that what we can do then is, that means that we can break up the distance under the tunnel so that you don't get trains queuing out here, because there's one train going through the long tunnel. It's also worth noting that the railway speed, the speed of trains through a tunnel is 120 kilometers an hour. Now what we've got to do now is do exactly the same, but maybe we'll just do it a little bit different. We'll put that there, Um, stop you there and bring you out there. I don't think that is connected. We need to go back and check that. Sometimes you don't get a connection. Okay, we'll put you there. So if we can, it's very important to make sure you get the connections here. Yeah, so we got, so what we've done now is actually split the tunnel into sections. This one's a bit long actually. I've got two there. I don't know. We are going to put fairly long trains through here. Yeah, I think that will work. So we've now got, let's get rid of that. We've now got a tunnel through here. And we got the train coming out here. Now the next thing I want to do is just trim this back. Like that. We're gonna come off there like that. And we'll run you into there. Like that. Now, we may want to use these distribution offices to supply these. So what we're going to do is we're going to come off about here. Like that. Run down here a little bit like that. Breaking the track there, we can't afford. And then pick you up here. Run you around like that. I think that will work. And you can, and that will go into there. And of course what we will do is remove that. And then what that will mean is that when we put the distribution offices over here, we can but we can come there. I know I could bring a line in here. The problem with that is that if I make a line connection through here over to here, what will happen is that the some trains may decide to go through the station. I don't want that. So we've now got this area here. Where is it? Where's the, I've lost, where am I? I've got disorientated. So we've now got trains coming out the tunnel here. We'll just put this line in here. And what I want to do now is we're going to put a rail distribution office in. I need to get it far enough away through. So we're going to put you about here. And then we're going to bring a line out here. Don't want to connect to the distribution office just at the moment. Put you there. I actually want 2 rail distribution offices here, because this is going to be, could it become quite an important line. So I want to put a second one on this side like that. This. Get you in here. There's also another reason why I want to do this. I'm hoping it's going to work. And then we'll put another. See if I can get this one in as close as possible to this. Yeah, I thought I could get it in. So we've now got that line there. So we've got this line here running out this way. It's going to clean up this here. Clean up you. Now, what we're going to have to do is come out here. That's 100. To come in a little bit like that. Now, the reason I'm doing these so long, oops, that's wrong. The reason I'm pushing this one out so far, done it again, is that because we're going to be possibly using coal trains, we're going to need fairly long trains. So we need to make sure that we can have enough distance here to come out this way. Now, of course, what we're going to need to do is put the obligatory crossover in. I think we'll put it about here, because of course we're going to need to put the trains in. That should be more than enough. Now, what we're going to have to do now, and another reason why this one is a little bit more further extended, is that we're going to have to kind of do a double line like that. Of course, this one's also going to need a crossover. Remember that the crossover, when you're setting up a distribution office in realistic mode, has to be facing the direction where wagons and trains will be delivered from. So we're now going to push out this way, a long straight track here. And of course, we've got to come out this side. And again, we're just going to come here. That's 76. This one doesn't have to be quite so long because it doesn't need a crossover, but it needs to be long enough to accommodate fairly long trains. So we can come across like that. You can come in there. Then of course this side. And of course we've got some control over how long the trains will be, based on the fact that we can say, like, this one is for the long trains and this one's for the short trains. Now of course we're going to need to put you in there, and we're going to have to take you off. Actually, I'm not going to do you just yet, because now comes the next bit. Now, I'll be completely upfront. I've got absolutely no idea whether this is actually going to work. That's the medium. It's not going to do it. I was hoping that I could pull a fast one here and there is a way I can do this, but I was hoping not to have to use it. That is, if we go to mod, repair stations, there's this one, which has got a bigger area. It's a medium repair station. And you can see here, it's got a larger kind of coverage area. In fact, I think if we put it this side, like that. I don't think I got anything that's bigger. I think there's one. It's an airport one, actually. I think I am gonna just phase this in a little bit. Actually, we got our deliveries are over there, but the workforce will need to come in from over there. I think we will. We'll just flip that round, and I'm just gonna drop you in here like that. And the idea is going to be is that this will be almost exclusively for repairing trains. I think we can bring you round to there, and then eventually you can come up to there. Actually, we'll leave you for the moment. Now what I've got to do is see if I can get the road connection back in here. I don't think I've left myself a lot of space, but we'll give it a go. Oh, I've got across. Good. And then we're going to drop the road connection there. You're going to come down to there. And you're going to hook up to there. Right. Because it's gone dark, I'll leave this in kind of printer type mode, run thingy. Now, the next thing we've got to do is get the track over to here, but there's a highway here, and I don't want this to be compromised. So I think we can get over. Actually, we can kind of curve the track that way a little bit. Should trim you, shorten it back a little bit. That's way too steep. Let's see if we can get in with something that's a bit gentler. Just put this here. It's messy. And then way down relatively quickly, that you can come in there. Actually, one thing I may need to put in is a transformer. I think we will. No, we'll insert the transformer later on. In fact, we could put one up here, because this could become a pretty busy line. So you can run in there to there. And of course, again, we could be running very long trains, so I'll put you there. I mean, there's nothing that says that if we've got trains coming out of here, we could split a line and go that way. Let me just see. If I this is just the trains coming out the distribution office. We got a single line through the center there. So what I could do is conflate these two together like that, which would give us the track. This won't be a very busy road, so we don't need to worry about a bridge there. And I could run out like that. Yeah, I think that would work. And you can run to there. And then what we'll do is run that train out that way, like that. And that opens up this section of track here. Now we are going to put a fire station in here. So what I could do is just open up this section here. And actually I think what we'll do in mod railway transformer, put this one in. This is actually a high tension connection, so it's got the potential to put more power into the line than a normal one, which is the in-game electrical connection. You can see it's only got medium connections. This one means that you can put a high tension cable in, so we can put that there. And then of course we'll have to put, this is going to be a fair, oops, can't do it that way anyway. Just leave that for the moment. And then we'll just accept all the rail lines out through here. And then of course we're just going to remove these supplementary connections, because if they're showing as a connection, they might not be a proper connection. So it pays to remove them. So what that does, turn that off, that actually gives us a rail connection, mainline rail connection here. We've had a bit of fun with a tunnel here. And we've also got the option here for something else, which I will be talking about, because I think this is going to be quite a major town. We're going to send the workers this way for that, but we're also going to need to send workers this way. And one of the things I want to experiment with is actually a train set or railway connections. Let's get rid of you and you as well. Yep. Now, building this tunnel is going to take a long time, especially as we haven't got tunneling machines. So we're going to have to try and get the guys' focuses on that as much as possible. We will probably need to put a crossover out here, but I want to see how quickly this line comes out and connects, because this is going to be quite an urgent. It's also going to be quite a major building project. But what I am considering is, as I say, is using a local train set line, but we need to isolate it from the main line. And then what we'll be able to do is bring workers from here into here. Also, because it's going to be a rail line, we could run workers up into here as well for our nuclear power plant. So that's another thing. It depends on how big. And I know it's going to be a little bit of all the eggs in one basket, but I think it's going to be easier to manage a large town here rather than just have all the workforce in one place. In fact, it could be like a two-part town. But I think it's going to be easier to do that than actually trying to build another major town out here, although most likely we'll end up doing that. Anyway, the next thing I want to do is over here, because we need to get a workforce into here. And the way I'm thinking about it is that all we want to do is get the workforce into here. And I think a coal mine needs 220 workers, but multiply that by 3 is 660 workers. Now we have got some unemployment in this area, but not that much, because a lot of the workforce now is going out this way. You can see here I've been slowly building this up, and we've now got the maximum of 55 cabins on this line. You can see them all strung out on here. I've been doing that off camera because it takes a lot of fiddling around to kind of transport the cabins from the customs office to here. But what I'm thinking is we need another 660 workers. And I'm thinking in this area, we could put in big tower block like that. That would give us 400. With a little bit of surplus. Then we could put in this one here as well. I think if we put a large block in and a medium block here, we should be able to get them on this corner. I mean, we already got large blocks over here, so it's not like we're breaking the character of the city. So I think if we put you about there, the only main concern I've got with this is actually no, we're going to move you over a bit. I want to leave enough room here in case I need to put a footpath through. So if we move you over, and then put this one virtually side by side like that, and then we're pick up from there, where run behind like that, build that asphalt footpath. We will certainly make that connection there. Whoops, don't want that. I think we're just put a connection there. Now, what we've got to do now is we've got to get workers out to here. So we're going to use cableways for 2 reasons. The first one is it's going to remove that need for buses, which cuts down our maintenance. And the other reason is that we will be able to there's actually an achievement where you've got to build 10 what we call it, cableways. So what I want to do is see if I can get that. I think we got about 4 at the moment. No, 3. I think we got 1 here, we got another one over there, and well, this could be. So we're going to work towards those cableways, and of course this road here is intentionally want to put in this angle so that we can come in here. Actually, I might do it this way, and then we put a service road in. This might not be. What we're aiming for is there. I didn't take the pylons into account. We'll be okay. Put you there. And we'll put another one just there, like that. What that will mean is that the workforce coming from here will be able to get out to here on a cableway, which will then supply the workforce to this single coal mine. And we may be able to get some workforce into here, but we'll need to build that out. But it doesn't make any difference, because what we're going to be doing is bringing in, possibly have another cableway going this way to our thing. So we're probably going to have 2 cableways coming in here, because we're going to need to bring a lot of workers in here to run these ore processing plants, although we won't build them that much. Anyway, I think we've done that now. Now, the other thing I want to look at before we leave this new town, because obviously we got a lot of building to do, that is we're going to need a big sewage treatment plant. And I'm kind of thinking, what does this actually do? I must admit, I've never built a big one, so we're going to need to bring chemicals in. It will do 220 cubic meters of water. It's not that power potent, but we're going to give it a go. I think we're put you there. We can just connect that together, and then what we're going to need to do is put an outfall discharge here. Actually, we'll put it this side if it will build. And what we're going to have to do is go underground, and we're going to have to put, these are definitely the big sewage pipes. Now these big sewage pipes have 169, so if we're going to run this at full capacity, we've got to put in 3 pipe connections there. And then what we'll do eventually is put a footpath around there. So this is going to be our sewage processing plant, which means that when we bring in our goods over here, we're going to have to bring in chemicals to ensure that this keeps going. Right, I think what we're going to do now is just going to go and see what's going on around the map now. We've got that there. This is going to be gravel. So we are pulling this together. The game's got a little bit carried away. We need to put that in there, that in there, that there. Put path connection. Actually, we probably don't. Yeah, I think we will. Do we need any more other connections? Got that connection there, that connection there. We need these guys to build in what they've got here. What have we got here? Oh, we got a power substation that needs to be built. So it's missing dumper truck. I think we got space, so we're going to buy a dumper here. Let's bring you in. I can sort these out properly here. Let's have a quick look at the happiness, just to see if everything is going good. They're very happy out here, nothing else. And we can work on getting this up and running. I said we've built both of these, but we don't need it. We also need the power supply out as well. So that's coming along quite nicely. We've built our road into here. And this is going to be the next kind of project once we've got our construction industry up and running here. Because what we most likely will need is the workforce from here to provide support here, because I can't expand this town very much. And so it's always going to be quite a modest operation here. So that is there. Let's just go down and see how the other project is going, because they've been very suspiciously quiet over here. Actually, we'll just speed the game up a bit now. We're only on the 17th of April. Right, we've now actually got across here with the road. So we're now getting our road bridges up and running. And we are slowly working into this town. How did I know? Yeah, that's because Control H. We're nearly got this finished, and then once we got that finished, we can start working on other things. Let's just see how many jobs have you got? Yeah, you've got quite a pile of jobs. I kind of deliberately stack those. Just check these guys. Yeah, you've got 4 jobs. These are working on very long range projects now. Like we've got 2 working on this line out here, which is probably going to take about a couple of years to build that single job. But I want to get. Again, this is way too long. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cancel you for the moment, and then we're going to need to push the line out here. So I'm going to put what I'm going to do is we're going to put a crossover here so that we can continue to expand the line. And then what we'll do is we are going to need to think about another rail construction office, because this one is starting to get to a point where it's, how can you put it, it's kind of getting a little bit far out there. I think we'll finish off this bit so we can get this crossover. This guy can push into here, and then of course the big job we're going to need is to get the tunnel operating here. Okay. Well, we got happiness kind of working overtime here. I think the next thing going to come here is this. I was a little bit worried about this farm. Is it finished? Yes, it is finished. Okay. We got a maximum load of clothes here. What I really need is some more wagons into. Whoops. Thank you, game. How many cargo wagons we got in here? We got 6. I could probably do another 6. So what we're going to do is come here. Actually, I'm not. What I will do is I will do that off camera because it's a little bit fiddly. But there is one thing I actually do want to check, because when I was actually playing off camera. Oh, yep, we got the K700s now. Now these are probably the best. It's a mod. It's not a vanilla game, but this is probably one of the best tractors that you're going to get. You can see it's got a top maximum. It's got a speed of 35 kilometers an hour, but it's actually got a sowing speed of 40, which is probably the fastest tractor you're actually going to get. Now I'm not going to go wholesale and just replace all my tractors with those, but what we are going to do is we're going to go to workshop, and we're actually going to say that when these vehicles run out, you can see it goes to 2002. So eventually we may need to build a template to do it. So we're going to go there. How much wear and tear have you got? Oh, you're a nice new tractor. You've just been replaced. Okay. Last chance to buy. How's the food supply in here? Food supply is good. I'm deliberately not exporting that much in the from the perspective of profit, because if I show you the economy here, we're making about 3 million a month, mainly from exporting nuclear fuel, because we're getting more and more workforce into our nuclear fuel production. You can also see that we're making a pretty big profit from the bitumen fuel explosives. We're exporting a little bit of food. We're supporting some surplus aluminium, plastic, meat. And of course, we are dumping off some steel and prefabs as well. And to show you on the import side, we are importing most of these small things down the bottom here is due to our town at the top of the map. But you can see here, we need to work on electronics. This is the big one now. We do need to work on that in order to be able to get things going. So at the moment we are reasonably self-sufficient, with the emphasis on the word reasonably here. We are now producing case, and we're just gonna put these in here. One thing, what I did do here is I got rid of some of old vehicles here that I would not actually be replaced. So they all went to the scrap merchant. Okay, so we're looking good. So I think we're getting set up. I just want to check what's that? Yeah. Oh, there's one thing I do want to set up. Okay, we've got this here. I'm going to push you to 3,500. And we're going to start bringing in workers here, because we got unemployment in this area. And again, at the moment we don't have access to any cargo. So, wow. Well, we're going to be supporting a lot of unfinished roads. But that's okay. The more we can push out what we're doing here, the better, because what we need to do is get things done here. We've done sewage. I'm still kind of half thinking about where I actually want to put my kind of city center. I suppose we could put it here and then expand down into this way, because I want to keep this. Yeah, I think if we got shops here, but we could do is put another shopping center there, because it's going to be close to this. Yeah, I think we can start working a little bit on actually, do I want the shopping center there? Because we got a police station there, secret police there, we got a 5-story shop there, and we got a pharmacy. So we could, this will provide, I mean, these will provide cover into there. And we got a road there. Nothing, I think we got, yeah, I think actually, yeah, because if I got a store there and we put another store here, what that will mean is that if we get an earthquake out here, we'll have a lot more stronger coverage. Yeah, I think if I can start planning into this area here. Now, I'm gonna look at this. Now, this is the vanilla store. Now, it will actually feed a lot of people. The problem with it is that the actual battery connections to it are absolutely atrocious. Doesn't have a lot in the way of storage. This is the thing that I don't like about this one. When you compare it with this one here, this has got the same capacity, but it's got a lot better storage on it. So I'm afraid I'm going to let my prejudices come to the surface here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put you in on this corner like that. We're going to make this into a road connection like that. Because we got the store over there, we've got a big store there, and we got a meat store there. Train waiting too long. Okay, which train is... Construction train, go away. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to put in a small warehouse. I really do like to have a small warehouse kind of linked in, just as a insurance policy. And then, I mean, the distance is not far from here, so we can get that into there. So we got secret police. I think the secret police will provide a lot of coverage. If we need more, we can do something. So we've got the ordinary police and the secret police. We can build accommodation here, which will send the workforce into there. That means that what we can do here is make this into a little bit more of an academic center. White House. That could be fun. No. Tower of London. What is the Tower of London then? I think this is just a building, a small headquarters. Would we need to educate 420 people? The problem with this is that if you put a great big major headquarters like this in, you've got to get your workforce to there. This is the reason why I'm always a bit more kind of orientated towards something that's a little bit more modest. We could put the technical university in. This is a how many? This will give us 225. Let me just see. These buildings are just so big. I suppose we should have a central headquarters. The trouble is it's going to need... Oh, and the workforce isn't that big. My instinct is not to actually have this in the center. Actually, my instinct would be to put this down here somewhere, and then have accommodation here, and then people could walk down, and we could kind of put together some kind of workforce. So maybe we won't put that there. Counting office. I think what we will do is, it's about time we had a kind of we're going to need to be able to manage this city. So I think we're actually put the bean counters in the center for once. We will. So we got a store. We got this here. I keep coming back to the university. Kind of just trying to think what else because we got support over there. We got that there. We do need sport. That's one thing that we do need. We come back to here. What's this? The Palace Dynamo. Indoor pool. Palace of Sports Dynamo. This is from the Ukrainian DLC. Actually, yeah, let's just really give our population something to celebrate, because we are going to be putting extensive apartment blocks. So I've never built this before, so we'll put that there. I think I'm going to just fiddle with this road a little bit. I think I'd like you to come out and then maybe go across like that. Yeah, we'll have a proper big sports hall here, and to make this into a cultural centre. In fact, let's just put some culture in as well. What we got in the way of culture? Pyramid Museum. National Uprising Museum. The Palace of Communism. Am I getting a little bit too... Actually, that's the theatre, isn't it? Republican Theatre. I think, yeah, let's just make this into a bit more of a cultural centre. Like that. For our population. Because I'm saying what we're going to be doing is putting blocks around. So we got a theatre, which will give us a lot more culture. We've got a sports hall, the town accounting office as a counter to our culture. So we'll just do that. And I've just realised that I'm running out of time on this video. So what we're going to do is just have another quick check of my rail lines. Actually, no, let me just go back to Botherton. Let's see, we've got a new vehicle type. Thank you, game. We've got clothes in here. Actually, I'll tell you to pick up those crops. It'd be nice to get those crops out of that warehouse. There's 92 tons in there. Right, let me just see. Yeah, it looks like we've got a fuel situation here. What's going on here? You should be able to draw fuel from here. What's going on here? Why is that not working? I mean, it works over here. Or is it the fact that I've had to put a pump in to drive the fuel to here? But this is not okay. Well, we can fix it in the short term by telling them to deliver to there directly. But what we're going to have to do is demolish this. I think I need to think about this, because I would have thought that that should be possible just to draw that from there, but obviously not, because I think it works here, doesn't it? No, because we got this feeds directly into here, which then feeds into here, which, yeah, we got a pumping station there. Right, I think just to finish off, we're going to take a quick look at what we've got in the way of new vehicles now, because I want to check it. We're going to see what's available, mainly with respect to diesel, not disassembled diesel locomotives, and more importantly, electric locomotives. So we are getting some faster electric trains now. So we are getting to the point where we're going to need to start thinking about upgrading our rail lines. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.